You ever look at something really simple, maybe like a common herb growing, mint, maybe,
Yeah.
and just wonder if there's a smarter way to do it?
Yeah, sometimes the biggest efficiencies are hiding in plain sight.
Exactly. Okay, so let's unpack this. Today we're looking at something pretty specific.
We are. We're diving into some notes, actually, from a gardener, someone who's been experimenting with propagating mint.
That's right. So our source material for this deep dive, it's literally someone's detailed notes from their own garden trials.
Mhm.
And our mission really is to explore this one technique they tried out. It's called horizontal planting, and just see what insights we can pull from it.
Right. And the starting point, according to these notes, was some earlier trials. The standard ways you'd root mint cuttings.
Like putting them in water.
Yeah, water or sometimes cocoa peat.
That's the coconut fiber stuff, right?
Exactly. That and vermiculite, which is a kind of mineral.
Hmm.
Both are pretty common for helping roots get started. And those first attempts, well, they resulted in what you'd expect, cuttings with these long stems that had grown roots.
Which makes total sense. You give it water, a medium, it puts energy into roots. Simple enough. But then instead of just planting those rooted stems vertically, straight down like usual,
Right.
their notes show they tried something a bit different, laying them down flat, horizontally. So, what did they actually see happen?
Well, the notes say this first try with horizontal planting showed encouraging results. That's the word used.
Encouraging.
But what really seemed important, what the gardener highlighted, was that having a good, healthy root system before you plant it horizontally, that seemed crucial.
Ah, okay. So the prep work matters, the state of the cutting itself.
Absolutely. It really highlights that you need that strong foundation first, before you can expect good top growth, no matter how you plant it.
That's a great takeaway right there. It's not just the technique, it's the starting material. And thinking about why this horizontal way worked, did the notes get into that? Any advantages they saw?
Oh, yeah. They detailed some clear benefits they observed. One big one was much better light distribution.
Light. But it's buried, isn't it? Just below the surface.
Just below, yeah. But think about it, the entire stem length is near the surface, getting some ambient light perhaps, rather than just the very top bit.
Okay. So more nodes getting triggered.
That seems to be the idea.
Yeah.
More of those nodes, the little bumps where leaves and roots pop out, were potentially activated because they weren't deep underground. They also mentioned better air circulation around the base of the emerging shoots.
Right, which helps stop things getting too damp and rotting.
Exactly. Healthier plant overall. And the result they actually saw.
Let me guess, bushier.
You got it. A significantly bushier plant structure compared to the ones grown the usual vertical way. Laying it flat seemed to encourage shoots all along the stem, not just from the tip.
Interesting. More spread, less height initially.
Yeah. And, this success immediately sparked another question for the gardener. It's right there in the notes.
Okay, what's next?
Could they push this even further? Instead of just using those stems that already had roots, could they maybe propagate an entire mint cutting this way?
The whole thing, stem and leaves.
Well, maybe trim the leaves way back, leave just tiny bits for a little photosynthesis, but plant the whole main stem horizontally from the get-go.
Whoa, okay. Now that is interesting. What would be the point of that, do the notes say? What was the thinking?
The potential motivation hinted at is, well, efficiency. Could planting the whole cutting flat trigger even more side shoots, like super densely along that buried stem?
Ah, aiming for maximum shoot production right from the start. A sort of linear explosion of growth.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially a much faster way to get a full, dense plant.
So let's connect this back. For you listening, why get into the weeds, so to speak, on one person's mint experiment?
Well, I think it's a neat little example, isn't it? It shows how just questioning the normal way and making a seemingly small tweak.
Like just changing the angle.
Exactly. How that can potentially unlock surprising efficiencies and really change how something grows. It doesn't matter if you're a gardener or not. It's about that principle of optimization.
Yeah, challenging the default setting. It forces you to really look at how the system, in this case the plant, actually works. What triggers what?
It does. So here's something to maybe chew on. If that next experiment, they propose planting entire cuttings horizontally with just minimal leaves. If that did work really well.
If it significantly boosted that side shoot production.
Right. What would that tell us about the balance a plant needs to strike? Between having enough leaf for energy for photosynthesis.
And putting energy into establishing roots along that stem. Is there a sweet spot for maximum growth efficiency?
Precisely. Where's that optimal trade-off? It's a question that definitely branches out from just growing mint, doesn't it?